Have you ever heard of the scariest house that never was? One of America's most haunted houses was right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, on the north side. Have you ever heard of the Congelier house? It was built at 1129 Ridge Avenue, and it was nicknamed the house that the devil built. The story goes is that Charles and Lida Congelier and their servant Essie moved to that Ridge Avenue home in Pittsburgh. The wife finds out that the husband is cheating on her with the maid, so she kills them both. The house is left empty for 20 years after that. The house is renovated for railroad workers, and it is used as housing. The workers would hear women's voices screaming from different rooms that were like empty. And also they'd hear crying and demonic voices coming from the basement. In fact, later on, they found 2 men were murdered in the basement. Eventually, the house changed hands again, and this time it was for a guy named Adolf Brunichter. People found out that he would kidnap women and sever their heads and did scientific experiments with their bodies, seeing if their heads would live by themselves. One place I read is that he was found in the drunk tank in New York City, and he confessed to all of these crimes, saying that he was haunted by this weird spirit, Madame Aniota, who told him to do these things. Before discovering all of that was at the house, he had made this confession, and they thought he was just a drunk guy. So they pretty much let him go. And he just disappeared into the night. But in his cell, he left in blood written on the cell wall, "What Satan hath wrought, let man beware." Then later, they discovered what was in the house. Now, people around Pittsburgh heard that this Ridge Avenue house was one of the most haunted places, and stuff was going on. And evidently, Thomas Edison met up with a medium and went there to do different things to try to contact the dead. Finally, in November of 1927, a historical thing happened in Pittsburgh. The Equitable Gas Company had a huge explosion on the north side, which took out that house. And people said that house went back to hell forever. Good story, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Until I tried looking it up. Was there a house? Who were these people? Because I want to make sure that this shit is real. Well, guess what? It was all made up. But this is a big deal. Like, I think this story's been like circulating for a long time. And why they would do this, I have no idea. But it is based on some historical facts and then just like thrown out there, making us believe that there was actually a Congelier house. Well, let me tell you some of the things that were real, okay? Like and follow so you can hear part 2 of the Congelier house story from Pittsburgh, PA, and the true facts that actually did happen with this haunted house of Pittsburgh, right here on Pittsburgh Hills.